we'll disassemble the slide to get to the parts that we want to get to. There we go. So, finally get the slide off. It's a pain in the ass for me to get the slide off. Now, let's look at the recoil spring it's got in it. Differs a little bit. It's a double recoil spring. As we look inside of it, that is polymer there, so I'm taking that crap out, putting this one in. It's rated the same. It's rated the same spring tension, so we're gonna put that in there, see how it works. Let me see if it feels similar. It says it is. So yeah, that should work. So we'll put this in here. Easy upgrade. Simply just slip it in there as such, and voila, it's in there. That's that upgrade. But before we leave this in there, we're gonna take this apart. That's how you upgrade that. But strip the slide down to this much. Nothing inside, no barrel inside, and we're gonna drive these sights out. So there's multiple ways to do this. We're gonna do this the old-fashioned way, the most brutal way, brute force, the little hammer. You can either use a brass punch, or you can use a polymer punch. We're going to use a polymer punch today. Another item you will need for a tool is the Glock tool for the front sight, and I recommend buying this. So first off, we're going to do this right here, and then we'll move over to the vise. This is the Glock tool. It does not come with this. You got to buy this tool separately. All right, here's the front sight. As you'll see right here, we will remove it with this tool. All it is pretty much a wrench. Push down. And I like to do it on my shooting mat because it's nice and soft, and it actually goes in, so I don't need a block. Alright, we got the screw out. Set the screw aside. I set that upright, and simply remove the front sight as such. That's the front sight. Keep this in a little baggie because you might need it later, or you might want to sell your Glock. So keep the parts. That's what I usually do, unless they're junky, and I don't want anybody having a junky gun. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with the sights. Police use them, military uses them, but I'm switching the sights. And now let's open up our Glue custom firearm sights. Open them up. Oh, that was not the most graceful. As graceful as a gazelle. All right, there you go. We got our two sights. I got my little Beretta actually parts thing. We'll put the front sight screw in there, as well as the rear sight. Yeah, this came with my Beretta. Very nice little touch. I like it. I use it for all my gun stuff. Oh yeah. Well, first off, we need to unscrew the screw that comes screwed into the front sight. So take our tool, unscrew it. I'll just keep that right in there. Set it down. Pop in the new front sight, and then we will screw on this sight. Actually, you know what, before we screw this on, I recommend using some Loctite on these screws. Anytime on a firearm, use Loctite. So put a little, just insert it like in there. You don't need it to daub out. Like that. Yeah, I got it all over the friggin' place. Oh yeah, it was a little too much Loctite, but oh well. Better a lot than a little. So let's put on the Trijicon front sight by, I guess, Ameriglo's packaged Trijicon, but used by Ameriglo. So we'll put on the Trijicon front sight, make sure that it's nice and straight. Put it on loose, and then just make sure it's straight, it's in there. Alright, it looks good to me. So we'll tighten it down, snug. Alright, so we got the Trijicon front sight installed. There it is, as you can see. It does say Trijicon on there. So now we're going to move over to the vise and punch out this rear. Alright, you can either get fancy with this, or you can just use pieces of wood for the soft jaws. I had these Bessie soft jaws, and these are awesome. So put this in here tight enough to where it won't, not tight enough to where it mess up the slide, but tight enough where you can drive the rear side out. Now we got our polymer punch or brass punch. And we will drive this out either way. I'm going to do this so you guys can see it. And you guys kind of can see it. So we'll punch it out this way. We'll see it right here. Try to get it on the lower portion. And just go slow, don't worry about it. And that was easy. There you go. We get the rear side out. It's plastic as well. Go over here, and then we'll install these, this side, the metal one. And there you go. It should go in like that, and then you can push it in the rest of the way. With these, don't install these backwards because it's going to be a bitch because you have to punch it back out and do it all over again. So do it right the first time. Like I said, take your time. And get this centered as well as much as possible. Bring this and this to the range if you need to make adjustments. So, alright. We got that installed straight as we can. And yes, I know it's one line. That's the way I like my sights. I was trained on them with the Beretta, but I really like them. I think they're very accurate. So, whoa. Almost lost it overboard. Let's put the barrel back in. You can lubricate it if you want while doing this, since it is new, but I'm just going to do this so that way you guys can see. All these extra parts you got, dump them in your hand, extra screw, all that stuff, and put them in a little baggie, just in case you need to use them again. And I recommend labeling these, so that way you know what they are. Because I got a lot of parts, but if you got little amount of parts, then whatever, do what you must. Like I said, this is the polymer one. We'll swap it out for this new metal one. Push it forward a little bit, seat it, make sure it's seated. And then reassemble your Glock, put it on the slide. Pull back, push forward, make sure it's on there good. Rack it a few times. There are no safeties, and I don't like dry firing Glocks. But yeah, so that is my Glock upgrades. All it was this, which is not necessary. This was just cosmetic reasons. But these were functional reasons. Metal sights, sights I liked, and a metal guide rod. That's all in my opinion, I believe the Glock and any Glock 19 or any series of Glock needs. So that concludes my video of the Glock upgrades that I do to my Glocks. And thank you guys for watching. I hope this helped you guys out. Any questions, listen below and I'll answer them as soon as I can. Thank you for watching.